take a nice. Let me start off like this. It's a beautiful morning. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold. So I just watched a documentary I highly recommend anybody watching. It's called, I believe, Criminal Justice Reform. What does that mean? Now, this is to anybody who has sat in a jail cell, waiting to get out of jail based on an accusation, right? Remember, I said accusation. I didn't say being prosecuted. I said accusation. So this is from my family that my family is and the family's been hurt by this and going into criminal justice reform. So bail. Why do we have bail in America? We have bail in America because it's basically like this. They set a bail for a person that should be able to pay the bail, but a lot of times in America, all over America, they set bails way too high. Well, that's not the way the system was. The system's been broken for a long time, and this is one thing that I think a lot of people need to come together and share their truths. And if you are one of these people, please, please, please share what you have to say below, because I know what it's like. The only difference is I've been fortunate enough where I live in a county where they actually don't set the bails out of whack. I'll be honest with you, I live in Palm Beach County. They don't set, as far as I know, and I've been through the system plenty of times. Remember, you're innocent until proven guilty. But I've been through the system on many charges that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, here's some facts, some statistics I just found out. 500,000 people, all right? 500,000 people go to sleep in jails every night, brothers and sisters, while we were going to sleep comfortably in our bed. 500,000 people go to sleep in jails every night just because they cannot pay their bond. Okay? I don't know if you don't know this, and if this is your first time really understanding, because I'm going to break this whole process down. You see, when you go see the court, they set a bail, right? And if you can't make bail, you're stuck, dude. You're stuck. When you say you're stuck in jail, I mean, dude, there's no getting out because you can't pay your bail. Unless they reduce it. You can ask them to reduce it. Normally they will, in my county particularly. They will. But then again, I know places all over the United States that I've seen sick shit, and I believe it was Arizona, where they're putting people in tents just to save money. You gotta think about this. They're building literally private prisons because they know how many people are going to be the amount of people in private prison. You have to understand that they're making money off of you being in prison. You know, they tried to charge me for 2 days in jail. They tried to charge me $50. Let me state that again. I was in jail for 2 days, county jail. They tried to charge me $25 a day for me sitting in a jail cell. They didn't give me any medications. They didn't give me anything. And that's the problem when you put these bonds so high and you raise these bonds and you elevate the bond. Well, a lot of times they don't elevate it. What they'll do is they'll either keep it even or they'll lower it. So I'm shouting out to the prosecutors, okay? Have a little faith in these people. Like, show a little empathy. Or show empathy in general. What am I talking about? Because a lot of times these prosecutors, they don't give a shit about you. All they care about is getting a conviction, and it doesn't even matter what the conviction's on. A lot of times they drop charges in order to. That's the reason why, because a lot of times there's these cases they're called what a lawyer once told me when I had to buy a lawyer, $5,000, and I want to give my thanks and praise to my mother because yes, she did help me with this, and he called it a Mickey Mouse case. So what they do is, if you don't already know. They will take your rights away, basically. They strip you of your rights, and they'll lower the charge in order to make you take the or they'll threaten you. It's threats in court, basically, or they'll threaten to revive the charge. But a lot of times what they do is they drop the charge in order to get a conviction. Now, there's one huge monumental case that has stuck with me all this time, and I have to bring it up. This case should, I don't know why nobody's really talking about it or has stopped talking about it. Now, I wrote a letter to this man. In my letter, I stated, because I was in school for criminal justice, and I stated to him, there's absolutely no way Lil Boozy was his name. Shout out to Boosie Boo. There's no way and I wrote a long letter from my heart to Boozy saying while he was locked up, family, if you don't know the time, I'm here to tell you time, believe in yourself. They locked Lil Boozy up on his first conviction for marijuana, and I'm not sure how many years, I need to look it up, but it is about, I believe it was anywhere from 4 to 5 years, but I kept a close eye on him, as a lot of other people did, because, well, one, I was scared, man. So could you imagine being in jail, being in prison? This is where the red flags are really raised in my mind. While he's in jail, the jail guards come by, kind of laughing about it, and say, oh, by the way, nonchalantly, this is a true story, we got you on 5 murder charges. Could you imagine if you're in jail, they didn't give you a bond for a fucking weed charge, and then they come at you saying, oh, by the way, we got 5 murder charges on you. Ha ha. Dude, could you imagine how this man felt? Like, think about what I'm saying. All right? This right here should be the case in itself, where, and shout out to Boozy Boo, Little Boozy, but he goes by the name of Little Boozy. Like, that should raise red flags, man. But they don't play. Where he's from, Louisiana, they have a whole different system. So whatever state you're in, you need to know the system, because every state has a different system. Now, other statistics that were just brought to my attention. So there's been people that are held in jail for 11 to 12 months. Okay, on non-violent crimes, okay? For example, one 26-year-old woman who's a mother, again, I just watched this on the documentary, who is being held against her will due to a bond of $5,000, which comes down to $500. Her parents can't help her, nobody can help her, so she's got no way out. All just, and I'm saying this, yes, it's a 3rd-degree felony case, but all for having, and yes, I'm saying it just like it is, all for having somebody else's ID, and the police claiming that she was going to use it for other reasons. So you need to recognize people are standing up all around, and I didn't know this, because in my town things are a little different, and I don't believe the court system here is completely out to get you. In my town, they actually give you, and I'm not saying the justice system is perfect, but obviously there needs to be some changes. But in my town, in Palm Beach County, things are different. I think it's actually a pretty good model system for, for the rest of the country, if you understand what I'm saying. Because, first of all, they don't just lock you up and throw you away for no reason. They'll let you out on your own recognizance, but you got to abide by the rules. You definitely got to go abide by the rules. So the answer is they're calling it criminal justice reform, and people are standing up all around, because people are going to jail for 11 months to a year, and, well, not past a year, awaiting a hearing, just one hearing, in order for the judge to say, okay, well, let him go. Well, the reason why, this is what needs to be explained, is why was bail created? Bond, aka bail, your bail was created to, for you to be able to pay, no matter what class citizen you are, and 2, basically the whole pinch you by the neck of your skin and say, listen, this is what we have on you, and we'll send a bounty hunter after your butt, your ass, if it comes down to it. And that's the reason why they have bounty hunters, because if you don't pay, if you run away from your problems, they're going to send a bounty hunter after you, and you're going to get caught up. And then you're really going to be sitting there in there on a bench warrant. So that's the reason why you got to be careful. And what's scary with COVID is, I need to state this just based on what I saw, is when these police come and they're in masks, like, it's scary, man. Like, the things that are going on, it's uncomfortable for me to even talk about it. To be honest with you, I don't really enjoy talking about this, but I believe it's something I have to talk about. And what happened to me, I'll tell you what happened to me. Based on a nonviolent charge, and it was not even a big deal, I was taken and I was thrown in solitary confinement. I've never been in solitary confinement before, and I know the criminal justice system like the back of my hand. And they threw me butt-ass naked, alone, and I was naked in a jail cell for about almost a little over 24 hours. Really cold. The only thing I had to sleep on was a mat, so I was on the ground, naked. The only thing I had, they wouldn't give me a sheet, they wouldn't give me a pillow, they didn't give me shit, dude. What they gave me was this thing called a body cast. Again, I get uncomfortable talking about this because it scared me so bad. So I'm sitting in there, like, looking out the window, studying everything, just trying to figure out, where am I, what the hell is going on, as this man comes around every 15 minutes. So where exactly was I? I was in a part of the jail where they thought I was at risk at harming myself. So what do? If you're at risk at harming yourself and you're hurting inside, only because I said I felt helpless. Because of the fact that I said I felt helpless, they took me, they threw me with what they put on me, this, like, it wasn't even paper towel, it was paper thin, like, tissue to cover my body, and put somebody next to me. And if honestly, if that person wasn't next to me, like, I would be, dude, I was scared, man. I was really freaked out by what happened. As a matter of fact, again, this is not something I want to talk about, but because people are coming out with their truths, I'm gonna speak my truth. So 24 hours goes by, and I go down for arraignment, and it was really scary. The other scary part was I didn't even get to see the judge face to face. He didn't even have a mask on. I didn't have a mask on. I saw him over a computer screen. Computer screen to computer screen. There's something really fishy about all this, in my opinion. So I want to express how I feel, man. Like, and that's what happened to me. I was in there for 24 hours, and thank goodness for the Haitian woman that came by. I'll never forget her. She was like a mother to me. She came by and she's like, "Should we let you out?" I'm like, "Please." I'm like, "Please get me out of here." She's like, "Okay, baby, we'll get you out of here." And she's like, "Why should we let you out? Do you feel better?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I feel better." I'm literally screaming, "Yes, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am." Oh, wait, no, ma'am. I meant to say no, ma'am. "Yes, ma'am." And they got me out of there in 24 hours. But mind you, they did put me in a really a spot where I don't really like to talk about it. Anyways, I was in there with this other cat, and he was in there for a bench warrant, and they put me in my cell, same thing. He just had a little thing to put over him, which was barely a cloth. It was like we were thrown in the cell naked, both of us. We were both naked. He slept the whole time while I'm sitting there looking around, fucking studying everything, because I'm like, what the fuck? Am I under a jail? I was scared, man. I got on my knees, I prayed. It literally said on the wall, it said pray. I got on my knees and I prayed, man. And I prayed probably about 3 or 4 times throughout that 24 hours. I know 24 hours, probably a lot of people will be laughing at this. Like, I've been solitary confinement for 30 days. That's sick, man. Dude, and for them to put anybody in solitary confinement for over a day, that's fucking crazy, man. Like, 30 days in solitary confinement is enough to make a person literally go insane. And how, dude, that is so unjust. That is so unjust. Like, You know, it's funny. The people in the jails, they're so desensitized, and it's not funny. It's sad, really. They're so desensitized by what they see, what they see, that it's just normal to them. But the thing is, what needs to be shown is what happens inside a jail and how it all works. That's what needs to be shown to make changes. Otherwise, there'll be no changes. Well, there are being changes as I speak this into existence. But if you actually saw what happened in jails, and this goes for prosecutors too, I believe the prosecutors should have to go through a week of county before they know before they send people away. I personally believe that should happen. A week in county or a day in county, just to experience what it is to go through a piece of the system prior to putting somebody in there. Police officers too. Police officers as well. I think they need to experience this for themselves before they take somebody's freedoms away. Because they can do it like that, and you'll be out the next day, but they can do it like that. With that said, my brothers and sisters, I want to give my thanks and praises for all my supporters. I'm here to support you as well. I want to give my gratitude, particularly, to be able to voice my opinion. And because I know people listen, I know y'all listen, and I want to give my gratitude to Lil Boosie, because what he went through was probably one of the scariest things that a man could personally ever go through. Like that, Lil Boosie must be so strong in the head to go through what he went through. Lil Wayne, he did the same thing. Like T.I., what do you think they do to these? Kodak Black, he's in there for 4 years right now. They can't put them in with population. They're freaking famous, man. Population, they don't know population. You understand what I'm saying? I'm getting down to the point here. So, and they don't treat rappers very well. And again, I just, I know the rap game. I know how it goes, and I just want to speak on it. It's not right. What they do, especially what they did to Boosie, was fucking unjust, despicable, and it just goes to show how flawed our court systems are and jail systems are. So with that said, I want to give my thanks and praises to my mentor to be able to speak on this. I want to give my thanks and praises to God for getting me out of that situation that was scary as fuck, dude. I was scared to death. I want to give my thanks and praises to the universe and everybody that supports me. May peace be with you and also with you. If you have been through this, listen, man. I want to know in the comments the shit you've seen, because I know there's so much. People have started coming out and saying this is what I seen or saw in jail. I don't know, man. Something tells me that it would really make people think twice if people all of a sudden started making YouTube videos about what happened to them in jail. Anyways, again, that's my story. That's something needs to happen, and the change needs to happen now. This is my shout out to the politicians too. Peace.